I'm gonna show you guys how I whip up a batch of my silky smooth, pretty easy strawberry Swiss meringue buttercream. And it starts with some strawberries in a pan. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of water just to help the heat evenly be distributed in these berries as they're cooking and help them start releasing their own juices. And I'm also going to add just about a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. That little bit of citric acid always helps brighten up the flavor of fruits like strawberries. And I'm also going to add about 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'll give this a nice stir, and I want these strawberries to start softening, to break down, and I'll let this cook on a simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. So as my berries are simmering, I'll give them a stir every couple of minutes, and I'll just break them up as they're cooking using my spoon. So after about 15 minutes, my strawberries have really cooked down. They're nice and softened. They've broken up quite well, and the syrup that they're in has really thickened up. A lot of the liquid has reduced off, and it's nice and thick and syrupy. So I've removed my strawberry puree from the heat, and what I'll do is add just a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half of Grand Marnier. I think that the orange flavor in this cognac really brightens up the strawberry flavor in the final buttercream. If you want to leave the orange liqueur out, by all means you can. Just going to transfer my strawberry sauce to a measuring cup. And I'll use a hand blender just to make sure that it's nice and smooth. And at this point, I'll pass it through a sieve. So now we'll get started on the Swiss meringue. So on my hot plate, I have some simmering water, about an inch of simmering water in my saucepan. And in a large steel bowl, I have some egg whites. You can use pasteurized egg whites or fresh egg whites. And to that, I'm going to add my white granulated sugar. And basically, I'm just going to whisk this mixture until all of the sugar dissolves and the egg whites and sugar are about 150, 160 degrees. At that point, the egg whites will be completely pasteurized and the sugar should be dissolved. So you don't have to whisk this constantly, maybe like every minute or so. Just keep it moving. And these sugar granules that kind of build up on the side of the bowl, I like to scrape those down just to speed up the sugar dissolving process. It's really important when you're making a Swiss meringue to get all of that sugar completely dissolved in this stage or this step before you move on, because if the sugar is not dissolved here, it's not going to dissolve when your meringue is whipping up. So my egg whites have come up to 160 degrees. All of the sugar is dissolved. If I just place my finger in there and feel between my thumb and forefinger, I can feel that there's no grains of sugar left. You'll also notice that the egg whites developed a really white color as all of the sugar has dissolved into them. So at this point, I'm just going to take this off the heat. So now I'll just transfer my hot meringue to the bowl of my stand mixer. And I'm just going to whip this, starting at medium speed, bringing it up to high speed for about 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes until it triples in volume, until it's really fluffy, holds a stiff peak, and I don't want to feel any heat when I touch the bowl. So as my meringue whips, I'll add just 2 pinches of salt. So I'll add the butter 2 sticks at a time. Stop and give the whole thing a quick scrape. So at this point we have a beautiful, silky smooth Swiss buttercream. Just going to add about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And then I'll add in about half of my cooled strawberry coulis. So now that my strawberry is mixed into my buttercream, silky smooth, it's ready for cupcakes, cakes, whatever you want to use it for. This is the perfect buttercream, not just for the warmer months, but anytime you want a really light and refreshing buttercream to top chocolate cupcakes, to fill in frost cakes, and Swiss buttercream works really well for sculpted cakes as well as under fondant, since it gets so firm in the fridge. So I'm going to fill up a pastry bag, fit it with a star tip, with a little bit of this strawberry Swiss buttercream, It's a great recipe. You guys are going to love it. If you want the recipe as well as the method, make sure to check out my blog, bakingwithdan.com. I'll put the link to the recipe in the description box below. And don't forget to subscribe to Baking with Dan on YouTube if you guys enjoyed this video recipe. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day and stay sweet.